Imagine this. It's 2:17 a.m. in the morning. You wake up and the first thing you think of is bread. That's right. That's what happened to me, a couple of days ago. And this is interesting, spectacularly interesting. And there are reasons behind that, I'll tell you. It was 2:17 a.m. in the morning. I woke up and the first thing I thought about was bread. Yeah. And in fact, I was so obsessed about that thought that I actually woke up seeing a dream. A dream where I was chasing a big, thick piece of bread. And the bread was shaped like a man, a costume or something. And it was running away from me. I was like, nah, come back to me. And the bread was running, I was chasing it, and then boom, my dream ended. That's what happened a couple of nights ago. Yes. So why am I making this video? Because this is my channel. I can make whatever I want, and whenever I think of this thought again and again, I laugh. I feel like, was this real? Me thinking about bread at night? Now, there's a backstory, of course. Back at that time, I actually slept without eating anything. Probably I slept at like 6 or 7 p.m. And when I woke up, it was 2. Perhaps something like that. So I was hungry. I woke up, and yeah. I don't know whether it's funny or not, but whenever I think of it, like, I wake up, I grab my phone, I check the time, the clock, and it says 2:17 a.m. And my brain keeps thinking about bread, and bread. What? I'm so hungry. I go check for food. I find something. I'm like, okay. This is something that regularly happens to me. Not only because of the bread thing. Sometimes I would randomly wake up at night and I feel like I'm hungry. What? I just ate a couple of hours ago and I'm hungry again. That's the thing. I feel like I sleep at 12 or 11 a.m., 11 p.m. I get a very deep sleep. I'm like, my sleep is amazing quality. I wake up only to find it's 2 or 3 a.m. That's my regular wake up routine. Now, sometimes I'm energized, of course, and that feels great. But for most of the time, I don't. Not most, probably sometime. And yeah, excuse me for the heat, my future me. It's 109 Fahrenheit out there. I can't tolerate this heat. So I'm turning on, the fan is on, and I'm still sweating. Probably because of my weight. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like if a random stranger watches this video and finds, so he made a video about bread, I kind of find it something funny, to be honest. Waking up with random thoughts at night about food, give me food. Which is why I try my best to avoid waking up at night. Because whenever I do, I feel like, what should I say? I can't think about it. Whenever I wake up early, too early in the morning or during midnight, I feel so hungry, literally. Like, if you bring a baby goat to me, yeah, or a big amount of food, I can finish it. Yes, that's how hungry I get when I wake up early. Another problem I'm facing recently is this. I sleep at 12 only to find myself waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning. That ain't enough. 2 hours of sleep. What do I do? And when I try to get back to my sleep, I can't. My brain starts random motivational push at weird times when I'm supposed to rest and recover. When it's 2 and I'm so fatigued because my sleep wasn't enough, I woke up for no reason, my brain suddenly decided to wake me up only to figure out, trivial reasons. And when I try to get back to sleep, that's the time when my brain starts random motivation, like, what the hell you doing with your life? Go get up, do the work. Or like David Goggins wakes up at 3 in the morning, go hit a run, go to do some workouts or something. And I'm like, what? I haven't taken my sleep. Can you see my eyes? Do you see it? Yeah, I was like, like this, and I'm trying to make them bigger. Yeah. That's what happens due to sleep deprivation, lack of sleep. And there are some, I don't know if the video can capture it. There are black stain marks all over my eyes. Not over, actually. Like here, below my eyes. Think about it. I can't sleep for more than 2 or 3 hours at night. So what do? I try to sleep and I fail brutally. So I wake up early in the morning at 2 or 3, and since my brain is already feeling me like, get up, do it, do something, don't waste your time, your life. So my brain thinks sleeping is a waste of your time. Wow. How self-sabotaging is it? My brain. And I'm like, I'm gonna go crazy if I sleep like this, because I'm a workaholic, I'll tell you. I can work for 10 hours a day, but that definitely means I need, of course, 6 to 7 hours or even more, 8 hours of sleep. 5 hours, okay, not too bad. 4 hours, I can function, but that's not something I would recommend for a long time. But when I'm getting 2 hours, that's nowhere near optimal. Yes, I can function properly because I'm running on adrenaline, but I can feel the cortisol rising. You see? The adrenaline can make you feel real because it pushes the dopamine, and the dopamine makes you feel like, oh, survival is the thing, the key right now, so I must do make sure that I feel great. That's the signal dopamine creates. And that's not a good thing, I'll be honest. Because adrenaline burns fast. By the time it's 12 or 2 or 3, like for now, let's see what time is it. Well, probably it's 4, yeah, 4 p.m. Not 4. Yeah, whatever. So, like, your adrenaline burns fast when you lack sleep. I think you can already see it in my energy. Can you see it? Can you feel it? The difference? That's the difference. When you are burning like a candle, you're gonna burn fast no matter what happens. See the changes? Your voice slows down. Your brain doesn't function properly. You feel fatigued. You want to sleep. But your brain says, nah, I'm not giving you that sleep. You're like, what? This is crazy. It's self-sabotaging. So my brain is trying to kill me? What? This sounds stupid. It does. Now let me think about the whole thing. It started with a bread, and the bread turned into a routine, and the routine turned into a mess, and the mess turned into what? Something. Something. Thought. Expressions finalizes your thoughts. Until then, they're revolving, they're causing riots inside your brain. I wanted to dump this video, my thoughts, package my thoughts and dump onto this video because, hey, I need to push something from my mind to here so I can relax a bit. I don't know what's causing me too much stress these days. I'm working on something full-time, of course, cybersecurity. I'm learning it. And my brain is like, learn it 22 hours a day. That's crazy. Can you see my eyes? Oh, one more thing that is interesting, and I must share the experience. That is a common misconception among people, and a conspiracy theory has been built around it. You see, sometimes you will see people that, glitches their eyes like this, yeah, or the eyes turns off and they can't, like this, they try to pull it up like this. Yeah, you just saw that. They claim the theory to be a reptilian man. Bullshit. I'll tell you. That's the total absolute bullshit. Yeah, I'm a reptilian man, no? Look. Can you see it? That's not a reptilian thing. This happens only because you don't get proper sleep. When you don't get proper sleep, your brain, the most important part of your body, without which you cannot think, and you lose control over yourself. This part, when it doesn't get enough rest, it backfires, it causes riots. It tells you, give me the rest. Give me rest, or I'm gonna riot. And you see the result of the riot. Like this, your eyes get glitched, your voice, breaks. Because the founders, those who work 10 or 12 hours a day, 10 or 12 doesn't feel like much. Let's say you are working 18 to 20 hours a day on your goals, missions, and visions without giving your brain a proper amount of rest, which is sleep, for a long period of time. Expect your brain to misbehave. It's natural. So yeah, I don't know what I'm saying by now. Like, yeah, I'm recording this video to show a live example of what happens when you sleep 2 hours a day for a couple of days and your sleep schedule is inconsistent. Because you can't get proper sleep, your brain starts misfiring, sabotaging you, throwing random thoughts at 2 a.m. to 17 a.m. or whatever, and motivating you when it is supposed to make sure that you get your proper sleep. And with workaholic men and people working day and night for their agenda to be successful, the brain, it rewires itself. It goes through a massive change, and that change can cause permanent. I don't think there's something with permanency, but that can cause a big physical change inside your brain. When I sleep, I see my dreams, my visions that I am working on. I see them as a reality on my dreams. And I'm like, oh, is this real? And when I wake up, it feels like derealization. I'm getting a lot of deja vu and derealization recently, especially the deja vu part, where I feel like something has already happened previously sometime, but it hasn't. And that is quite interesting, because science cannot explain the reason behind deja vu yet. They can give theories, they can draw, what do I say? They can make stories, assumptions, but not the exact cause behind why it happens. And there's also a branch of conspiracy theorists growing up on that part too. They claim deja vu is something that has to do with the Matrix and the reality. Again, bullshit. Yes, I know. The algorithm is programmed to push my video. Even when I'm making videos that feels personal for my future me, I'm not holding a script. Look, there's no script. You see? No script. It's me. The real me. Huh. Now if I show this sign, look again. The conspiracy theorists will call me a Satanist. Not whatever, I don't care about what they called me. Because they're the random jobless person on a Saturday night, whatever they. This is a meme I saw somewhere, whatever. To be honest, I'm not quite specifically sure why I'm making this video. Perhaps to demonstrate what happens to your brain, to you specifically, when you get less and less amount of sleep. And I'm intentionally pushing this video to such a long period of time because I want to record what actually happens when when you lack sleep and you still try to push yourself up. This is what happens. Yeah. I'm sitting on my I'm sitting here. No, I'm not making this as a usual video. This is a low quality video, I know. But I am not focusing on the quality here. I'm focusing on the experience in this video. Because I want to show my brain that please fix your sleep. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I'm not taking those pills, those prescription drugs to, seduce myself not seduce, I think. That's to sedate myself of my problems. Yes, prescription drugs can solve problems for a limited time. I'm not getting sleep, so what? Take a sleep pill and go get your sleep. It doesn't solve the actual problem, just the underlying cause that numbs. It numbs the underlying causes. This is not my first time with sleep deprivation. I've been sleep deprived many times in my life so far. I've worked on projects sleeping only an hour a day for a week. But that was the most stupid thing. I'm admitting it. I continued my life like that for a month, only to get sick for the next entire month. Yes. Sleep deprivation is real, and it can alter your state of consciousness, your brain, your mind, and the way you think about reality. If I force you to get less amount of sleep, your brain cannot figure out what is real and what is fake. This is what happens with the soldiers at war. They suffer trauma, severe trauma. Like, some soldiers die at war, but those that do live, they're not living, they're dead. They're dead inside. Sleep deprivation alone can cause a lot of troubles. If you experiment this and if you experience this, you'll be like, nah, I'm not gonna deprive myself of sleep. That is the worst torture you can do to yourself. When the enemy captures someone, their target, the best way to interrogate their enemy is to not give them sleep. When you deprive someone of sleep, their brain starts to break apart. Not literally, but metaphorically speaking, which means they start losing control over themselves. And when they start losing control over themselves, that's the point when you can interrogate whatever you want, and there will be a talking parrot. They will answer only to get the sleep. There's a common thing, a myth, a story of the Russian sleep experiment, which is nothing more than a sci-fi, mythical story someone created. But that experiment, that the story shows you clearly what happens when you get lesser and lesser amount of sleep. Yes, I can function sleeping only 30 minutes a day for an entire week. That doesn't make me a superhuman. Because for that entire week, although I'm not gonna say anything to anyone, I will know deep inside that I'm like dead. Yes, it literally feels like it. And when you do wake up, you cannot distinguish between what is real and what is fake. Perhaps you might see dreams and you'll be like, after waking up, you think, oh, that is real. Like when I woke up seeing the bread story, the dream, and I woke up and I felt like, where's my bread? My bread. Give me my bread. This is real. It wasn't. It was only a dream. Sleep deprivation, I'm telling you, you can control your hunger, your lust, your desires. You can train yourself on multiple physical limitations, mental limitations, even sleep to a limited extent. But at the end of the day, your sleep can make or break you. A good sleep is quintessential to functioning properly. Your sleep can dictate your entire schedule and how you function for the rest of the day. I wanted to make a video about something else, to be honest, but I felt like since today I slept for how many? I think, how long? Probably, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep I got today. And upon waking up, since I knew I couldn't sleep anymore, I forced myself to get into cybersecurity thing. Did it for a couple of hours. I was highly energized. But now, the adrenaline is gone. I'm only left with cortisol. The serious thing that you actually shouldn't, the worst thing to have. That increases your anxiety and many other problems. This is me. Hey, this is me. Yes, this is me. And my brain, my future me, look at me. Look what happens when you are sleep deprived. Now, if I tell myself, please recap what you just said. You were supposed to talk about bread, but you went on a whole crazy story. What is this? My brain. Listen, future me. Please do sleep or fix your sleep, I request you. Without sleep, you're dead. Quite literally. How long can a man survive without sleep? How long? A week? Nah. Probably at best 4 or 5 days and then boom, gone. This is a warning video to my future self, my future me. Please respect your sleep schedule. Don't compromise your sleep for anyone or anything. Otherwise, you pay the price heavily, like this, becoming this person. I'm forcing myself to speak only to show my future me the impact, the brutal impact of lack of sleep. Do you get it? I'm telling you. Do you get it? That's right. Do you get it? Good luck. I'm out. I'm out. I'm gonna try to sleep right now. If I can't get sleep, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. Oh my goodness. For now, all I care about, I don't care about $1,000 right now. All I care about is getting sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Lack of sleep makes me look as if I'm possessed. Bye.